evening from London. According to sources close to the matter, the British government will announce plans to help support people struggling with the cost of living crisis as early as tomorrow. Last week, inflation reached a 40-year high in the UK, and energy bills are set to rise again in the autumn to almost £3,000 a year. Opposition parties have continued to push for a windfall tax on oil and gas firms. British railway workers have voted overwhelmingly to strike in a bitter dispute over jobs, pay and conditions. If the strikes go ahead, they will cost the industry around £30 million each day. The row stems from government demands for savings on a network that was propped up by the taxpayer when passenger numbers collapsed during the COVID-19 crisis. The RMT union said its leaders would meet to discuss a timetable for strike action from mid-June. Sri Lanka's newly appointed Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe will double up as a finance minister, leading bailout talks with the International Monetary Fund. Earlier this week, the World Bank said it is not planning to provide any new financing to the country until an adequate economic policy framework had been put in place. Sri Lanka is currently going through its worst economic crisis since its independence in 1948, as COVID-19 ravaged the country's lucrative tourism industry and ill-timed tax cuts drained government coffers. British retailer Marks & Spencer has announced this morning that it is to exit Russia at a cost of £31 million. The brand operates 48 shops with 1,200 employees in the region. Meanwhile, in a trading update to investors, the group reported pre-tax profits of £392 million for the year to the 2nd of April. This is up from a loss of £209 million in 2021. Bosses remain cautious about this current financial year as trading has been impacted by increased food costs, labour shortages and dwindling consumer confidence. Those are your main stories from London at close of business.